JD, 2-0 win over Blyth Spartans this afternoon through to the first round of the FA Trophy. What are your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, it was a scrappy game. We weren't at our best. There's a number of reasons for that, but probably thank God for Thompson really in amongst all that. Two great goals and two bits of brilliance in amongst a lot of average play, I think. We had plenty of opportunities to make that more than two before half time, but squandered a few and made things hard for ourselves. But two really superb strikes from Tomo, and all you have to do is win them games, I suppose. But we could have made it a lot easier for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, what is it like having Thompson? You know, when you're trying to craft them opportunities in the final third, and you've got just Tomo who just takes on his responsibility and strikes it in and gives us the lead, and then does it again later in the half. It's such an important play to have.
Yeah, it's when you're trying to create a team goal or you're putting balls in the box and you're not quite getting on the end of things, and then he scored one with his left from outside the box, first time strike, one with his right from a good 25 yards out, I think. Absolutely smashed it. And he strikes the ball so clean with either foot that he can do that regularly. And I think he thinks he can score from anywhere, to be fair, which he's shown this season he can. And like I said, thank goodness for him, because there's a lot of other strikes that are not as clean as how he strikes the ball. Missing targets and not connecting properly. And as I said, plenty of chances, but yeah, it's a good job we've got him in the team.
Well, I think the game was there if we wanted to win it, and we did in the end. Do you think we've got over that 3-0 loss to them, because obviously wanting to get the revenge against these?
Yeah, I think we probably got over that quite quickly. It's just a bit of a wake-up call. It's sometimes we find it difficult sometimes to play teams that are not at the top of the league. I'll put it that way. When we've got teams that are flying, I think sometimes we look at it as if we need to be on our best here. We've got to be playing well, and if we don't, then we're going to get turned over. And I think we sometimes have a bit of complacency when we play teams that are at the other end of the table. And obviously Blyth are having a tough time at the minute. They're sitting down there, and I think teams will sometimes expect to just roll them over, and you can't do that because they carry threat all the time. They've got young lads that don't stop working. They've hit the bar today. They've had a couple of decent half chances as well. And underestimate them at your peril, really, as we found out in the first game. So to put that right is good, and obviously to get through the next round is good as well. And it's also good to get a win after a loss, a couple of draws, a couple of defeats before that. Obviously we've had it was in the FA Cup win before that, we had the Marine win, but we've been struggling a little bit lately, so to get that win was really important.
Yep, and the FA Trophy went to the first round for the first time. I mean, how much importance are we placing on this trophy? Because it was one we had a bit of difficulty in before because we were so far back, but now we're a bit further in the competition because of our Step 3 status.
Yeah, we know there's really good teams in the competition. There's going to be National League teams, National League North teams, and teams from our standard across the country in it. It's certainly not an easy competition, but obviously we know we can match teams in our league, certainly in the league below. So we've got to get a favourable draw to go anywhere. But it'd be nice to get a couple of rounds further and see if we can get a National League team where, you know, that visit to Chester shows what sort of standard is not that far away where we are now. You think I know that they're probably favourites to win that league, but we've done our best and matched them at times. And you think they've got a League 2 ground there and great following and a massive history. We haven't got anywhere near what they've got really because of the time the club's been around, except for the following side of things. So it gives you an insight into what could be over the next 5, 6, 7 years, depending on how we progress. So to get a big team, I would say from the National League would be really interesting, and we'll just see what we can do.
And the cup competitions continue Wednesday night with a home game against Crooktown. How are we feeling about that one?
Well, as we say most seasons, and I think we've said it probably the last 5 or 6, it's a competition we take really seriously. We'd like to win the competition. We'd love to win the Durham Cup. We've never won it. A lot of teams at our standards have won it or below, so there's no reason why we can't. But for one reason or another, we've never got to the final in that yet or won it. So we really like to do well in it. Obviously, Crook a couple of leagues below, but they're going to want to go and cause an upset as well, as all cup teams do, and they've got nothing to lose. So it'll be tough, but I fancy us to go and win the game, and hopefully we can progress in the cup and see how close we can get to the final.
And could we see some of the under-18s in that game then?
We'll certainly look to rest some players, and we know that some players within our squad will probably need some minutes as well. We could do with getting Shane on the pitch probably a bit more. We could do with getting like some more minutes as well, give him a bit more time. Sweetie as well, and then we could look to the lads that have just been outside, the likes of Tom Birtles and Jack Spears, and see if we can involve them as well. Definitely, yeah.